Our story begins back, way back, 3000 BC backwards, when some prehistoric humans inside a cave probably thought, I need to warn the others about the animals out there, or at least tell them about the fights we had. But we don't have a language. What if I make drawing? And now we have cave paintings, which were most likely to warn the others about animals outside of the cave. With the exception of this little statue over here called Venus of Willendorf, which is a big sign of abstract thinking and even possibly religion. Fasten up to 300 BC and now we have ancient arts, which most of you probably know. This movement was caused due to civilizations like Rome, Greece and Egypt becoming more literate. And it also happened because in that period art was considered a very powerful tool to enforce religion and political views. Some things never change, eh? The cool thing now was that there was text and sculptures to represent these views. After the fall of Rome, we've got the medieval period. Yeah, you know the one, with funny cats. Which don't rely in realism, instead focusing in religious messages, as you can see in several paintings from the church. But then some Italians in the 1400s were like, dude, these Roman sculptures look so badass and realistic, I wanna do them too! And so they did. And this made so that people started appreciating things like anatomically correct sculptures or portraits, or literally anything else, like music. One of the most well-known artists of this period was Leonardo da Vinci. You've heard of him, a scientist, artist, inventor, and visionary. Maybe I'll even talk about him in another video. And now in the 1600s, the Renaissance was practically dead. And now there was a new movement, the Baroque art, which focused on emotion with idyllic art pieces, like seen in Caravaggio's works. Like in these paintings. Boy, look at these shadows! Now let's go to France a little bit, eh? 1700s, with the rock art movement, which as you can see looks pretty utopian and jolly, with those pastel colors and overall good atmosphere. Forward to 70 years later, we have the Neoclassicism movement, which once again started with people going, bro, these Roman statues and paintings look badass, I wanna do that! Digging up Rome's grave once again. And now during the 1800s, we have Romanticism, very romantic, with artists now focusing on subject matter, but with a little more zing, a tad bit more shizazz, with nature and the overall spirit of the painting being looked on. And in the French Revolution, no, not that one. Get out, Napoleon. Okay. As I was saying, in the French Revolution of 1848, the movement of realism flourished. It focused mostly on depicting the average Joe life back then, instead of depicting the rich people or religion. Hey, look, I'm a cow. Moo moo. And in 1860, some French lads decided to be bad boys and painted outside. Very impressive, eh? People painting outside in plein air? That's offensive. And we at the Academy will not let those paintings get inside our beautiful art academies. And so the artists decided to make their own places to exhibit their impressionist paintings, which were held annually for 3 decades, until World War I came in. World War I? Does that mean there will be a— Shut it, that joke's been overused. Anyway, different from the realistic movement, these artists didn't focus on making the painting realistic, or focusing on lines. Instead, they decided to throw that in the trash and go, we're gonna make paintings feel like they're moving. And so they did, with little to no blending, visible lines and very vivid colors. Forward to 1880, we have Post-Impressionism, kinda like Impressionism, but with some differences. Artists left behind the way that Impressionists rendered light and movement, with now letting these things in the artist's hands and personal imagination, with one of the most famous artists of the moving being the man, the myth, the legend, Van Gogh! And there's where I'll end the video today, because of how big this video already is. Thank you for your time, and remember to like, subscribe, and share. You are awesome!